it's clear that this is a significant part of Manitoba heritage. And if you destroy it, you can't fix it. And so they want something to be done.
A court injunction has brought a halt to a tense standoff over Winnipeg's Lemay's forest, banning protesters from accessing the site as they now remain here on publicly owned property. The land, which is privately owned, remains in the center of a fiery battle between land developers, activists, and local officials. This is Winnipeg's Lemay Forest, and it's at the center of a legal and environmental dispute following plans to develop the land into housing. This week, the Court of the King's Bench issued an injunction allowing tree clearing to resume during ongoing legal action. John Winthrop, who represents the landowner, says they have always acknowledged the forest's cultural and ecological importance, but are planning to build.
We're clearing the entire property except for where we have we've discovered and identified and reported unmarked graves of Indigenous children. We're looking to preserve that area while we're going to search for graves.
Winthrop says the landowner plans to dedicate 15 to 20% of the land for Indigenous cultural use, including ceremonial spaces and a potential urban sweat lodge. He claims all stakeholders were informed of the 3,000 plus potential unmarked residential school graves roughly 18 months ago, but says there was a limited engagement.
The graves are also we identified on City of Winnipeg-owned land, as well as our neighbors' land. So it's not just us where these graves are. We reached out to our neighbors, including the city, and we invited the mayor to participate in this, and he told us he was too busy.
Protesters who previously blocked the site have moved to city-owned land where their sacred fire continues to burn. Morningstar woman stressed the need to preserve ceremonial grounds and sacred sites, criticizing the clearing of cedar trees and traditional medicines.
For me, the battle that I'm fighting right now is for the sweat lodges and the sacred grounds within the Lemay forest. So as soon as we found out, we needed to light a sacred fire to protect our lands and to be in ceremony.
She says the group intends to remain peacefully in ceremony until a resolution is reached, but claims the landowner has not made efforts for meaningful dialogue.
He had told the elders that they need to tear down their sweat lodges by Monday. So obviously they're not going to do that, but when you have your elder say, I don't even know if I can do that because I feel like I'm trespassing.
I've yet to hear from any elected official, any individual in the Indigenous community calling for calmer heads and dialogue and discussion. So I simply just do not see that happening.
Fort Garry MLA Mark Wazaloo is calling on the province to designate the site as a heritage location, adding that escalating tensions highlight the need for leadership to bring all parties together.
There's no trust between the two groups, and things are just going to spiral out of control if this keeps going on. That's why the province really has a responsibility to step in here.
The court injunction expires January 6th, and a Manitoba Municipal Board hearing on rezoning is scheduled for February. City News contacted the province for comment on Tuesday, but did not hear back. In Winnipeg, Mitchell Ringos, City News.